is Harvey Barnes scoring. He has the most shots on target per match for Newcastle, 1.3. Hello and good afternoon to you once more. We're going through the confirmed 11. And later at 4:30, it is Arsenal at the Emirates against Manchester United. Greg Paulson will be the center referee. He would be on the surface grass. Round 23 of the greatest league on planet Earth, the English Premier League. Also, there are other games happening across Europe we'll be attending to. In Spain, in La Liga, is Atletico Madrid 1, Mallorca 0. Barcelona will be taking on Real Oviedo later at 3:15. There is Real Sociedad up against Celta Vigo at 5:30. Deportivo Alaves will be taking on Real Betis later at 8 p.m. Moving to the Italian Serie A, and Sassuolo finished that game against Cremonese by a goal to 0. Atalanta 0, Parma 0 as well, and Mateta nearly scored. We'll talk about that. But let me give you, by way of update, tell you what is happening in the game. So Genoa will be taking on Bologna in the Italian Serie A as well. They're playing them 6 minutes into that game. Watching that game here in studios as well. It's 0-0. Atalanta 0, Parma 0. 8 minutes in that game. Juventus will be taking on Napoli later at 5 p.m. And there's Roma versus Milan, a giant cracker. That is an Allegri indeed. Says he's not surprised to see Roma in Serie A top 4 race under Gasperini. Talk about that later. Had to be happening at the Stadio Olimpico in Rome, Italy. Corner kick for Crystal Palace in that game. Meanwhile, 8 minutes played. Teta is being handled in the box. Somebody's shoved off, but nothing I ever saw this happening in that game. We're going to talk about it at large. But in the German Bundesliga, Mönchengladbach will be taking on Stuttgart later at 4:30, and Freiburg versus Cologne also happening at the Mönchengladbach game will be happening in some few minutes time, in about 20 minutes time it will happen. So that's 2:30. Then Freiburg up against Cologne is later at 4:30. Nantes versus Nice in the French Ligue 1, 9 minutes is 0-0. Brest versus Toulouse is also will happening at 4:15. There's Metz up against Lyon. Paris FC versus Angers also will be happening. There's Lille versus Strasbourg, which will be painting the picture clearer on the show as well later today. I want to be doing this alone. I'm in the studios with Kobinamafo first, and of course Sedinam Seri as well. We're breaking down all you need to the whoosh and the ash and all the effects in the game to you. We'll paint the picture so you feel it at wherever you are as well. Let's hear from you on our WhatsApp console on 0539986996. 0539986996. Our WhatsApp console. Do not call now. Just send the messages through. Big shout out to those who are watching us live in their homes on Channel 1 TV. And also to those who are watching us live on YouTube. I need to get there and shout the boys out before we get talking busy stuff, because I know already the argument starts from that chain before it trickles down to the mainstreams. you can share the link as well. Let your brothers know the show is live on YouTube. Leave your comments in the live chat. City Sports GHA. And on X at City FM, the link is there for you to follow as well. Welcome on board. Let's get to talk now. Interestingly, I would have to run through the confirmed 11 before I bring Kobna into the discussion. For Palace, they have Henderson in posts as the goalkeeper. There's Convert as well on the right. There's JD also there. There's in midfield Lacroix. Not in midfield, but in the middle of the defense is Lacroix and Richards as well in the back three for Crystal Palace in a 3-4-3 formation. Then there's Munoz also in that fold. On Munoz's left is Watson and Lemar in midfield, as well as Mitchell as well. The front three comprises of Sarr, Mateta and Johnson in a 3-4-3 formation up against the Blues. The Blues lined up in a 4-2-3-1 formation with Cucurella on the left, but Yashil and Chaloba in the 4 and 5 position. There's James, who is playing from the right, and in the double pivot row is Caicedo and Santos in that space. Then right in front of them is Neto, Fernandez and Estival. Then there's João Pedro up front leading Chelsea's attack. He's gotten some decent João Pedro decent reactions in relation to this game and how chances creation has been for him. So he has the most shots on target per match for Chelsea, 1.2 as Liam Delap. So that's a 4-2-3-1 formation by Coach Rose. How are you, Governor?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Charlie, today wearing glasses.
Yeah.
Charlie. The lenses that Charlie you observe the game for inside alone today be 3-point lenses. That'll be hard.
I see things so well.
Fantastic. Great. Let's walk into this Chelsea 11 at the Selhurst Park against Palace. First off, a game of this magnitude with Chelsea having some strength in a way when they play this season, or when you observe their last 5 games, for example, has not been like a sort of AA for them, because of that 3 wins and 2 losses as for Chelsea, because the last game Fulham had a win over Chelsea, sadly. But what do you make of this game? First off, you think you agree with the coach in his selection? I realized that when you're going through the lineup, before we came on air, you had issues. You had issues with who's playing what and all of that. Palmer Rico has a thigh injury, and that's why he was not in this game. So what's your general assessment of the confirmed 11?
So far so good from Rose, Liam. But sorry, good afternoon to our listeners.
That's fine.
And you could see clearly that Liam is trying to play a system of the 4-2-3-1 that Enzo Maresca used to play a lot. But you can't blame him using 2 left-footed players for both left and right, because of how Garnacho and what's the name, Gittins are not really performing so well lately when they play at that side. For Garnacho, he's best when he comes in the second half as a super sub to really help in attack. But for Gittins, the same thing. But mostly when they have to start, it's very, very difficult for someone like Gittins and someone like Garnacho. So I agree with Liam starting what's the name, Neto and Estival in this game. That's so good from him. And Enzo playing as a number 10 is also very good. Caicedo, Andrew Santos playing as a double pivot, very good also from it. So far so good. But I've been saying I don't know what Badiashile does in training that is so good, but I could see clearly that he's becoming a favorite for Leon Rosignol, because the coach likes to use him a lot. I don't know, maybe Wesley Fofana is not proving to be very good in training, so that could also be one key thing that is also not helping. But apart from that, the combination of Badiashile Chaloba hasn't been bad so far. It's been okay, but Badiashile gave out a ball which Mateta missed early on in the game. So Badiashile needs to just back up. He's one player that is sometimes very dull on the game. So if you are very fast or a very pacey forward, you can worry him and just give him a bit of pressure, and he will just give to the ball. So it has to. Teams have to just see how best they can play against him. But so far so good from Chelsea. The lineup from Liam Rosina is also very good. So let's see how the game goes.
João Pedro leads the attack. In this game. My second question to you before I move to City, and he's on bench. You feel he's the guy to come on and make that special, all important change in the game?
So for Delap is also on and off. Delap, you don't really know which kind of Delap you are going to see. There are games that Delap tries to play so well. There are games that Delap also struggles a bit. So I can't really blame Liam for starting João Pedro. The Chelsea number 9, the Chelsea forward line, you could see clearly that this season has been on and off. It's either Chelsea plays João Pedro, Chelsea plays Liam Delap. So it's very, very difficult for a coach to really use the number 9 because the players are not really proving to be very good. So it's very difficult for Liam. So I'm okay for him using João Pedro. Let's see how best he will be able to play. Just that he really concentrates on the ball more than he being in the box to get a goal. That's one thing about João Pedro. But I'm just sure he will be able to track back to make the likes of Neto and Estival able to move forward a lot to be able to at least get a goal or two. So let's see how João Pedro will be playing in this game.
Well, Sadi, Palace seem to be on the offensive and attacking Chelsea in the first 20 minutes, of the game. They seem to, not to score a lot of goals in games. They in their last 5 matches have done 3 goals, so far. And coming into this game, they've not had a win when you check their team form in the last 5. What do you feel is that statement that the coach would want the boys to make, hence putting 3 players, if you want 4, in Chelsea's attacking area at this point of the game, knowing the threat Chelsea possesses?
Well, it appears.
Hold on for me a second. It appears well.
It appears that they are literally not scoring goals, hence they went onto the market to bring the likes of Brandon Johnson to try as much as possible.
I just want to tell the boys that he will not be calm like that for the next 3 hours. That's all.
Oh, Charlie. I'm just today I'm very
calm.
It's
not true. It's not true.
Yeah, just 90 minutes. So you don't worry.
Why are you doing this?
It is Arsenal United. So
Oh no.
A lot of things is about to happen. Go down today actually.
But Palace on the average score 1 goal per game because they played 23 games in the EPL in addition to this game and have scored 23 goals comparative to a team like Chelsea who have scored 36 in 23. And you compare that to a Palace team who were not so long ago known as some high flyers in the EPL.
True.
Till the European season came in for them, and then it brought about a certain kind of play for them where anytime they go into Europe they come back, they lose. So it means that there's something wrong with the team. What is wrong with the Palace team? They don't have strength in depth. They literally do not have a bench. That's what it appears.
Nottingham Forest is leading Brentford by 1-0. Just wanted to put that through. And Aston Villa is also leading Newcastle at the St James Park by 1-0,
and that's a result that Chelsea would not like to see because
the Villa result.
Yes, they would love for Villa to just
lose.
Yeah, so that they are closer to them. They don't want to be far off. They really don't want to be far off. But if they actually win this game, they jump over Liverpool, so it will be a good one for them. But then again, speaking about why someone like Glasner would throw in a lot of attacking bodies, he's looking for that win. They have had a poor run in form in recent times, and if you don't score, you don't win. That has been the case of Palace. Looking at Ismail Assar being away at the AFCON, he was a big miss for them in this in this their style of play, because of the position he takes up and the danger he poses to other teams. But without him, they sort of lost that particular strength there. And then again, going ahead to sell your best defender in the January window does not mean you are a club that really wants to make an incursion. And also looking to sell one of your strikers at this point in time, that also does not speak well of the hierarchy of the club. The coach has been very vociferous and speaking out his mind consistently, but that's another topic for another day with regards to how coaches should handle some of these things. But then again, Crystal Palace,
you feel he is wrong to have accepted that? Look, I am doing my best. I'm trying to keep the squad in shape, and anytime we seem to gel as a team, it hurts that the club would have to release one player who's fitting into my plan and helping sustain this club in the top half of the league. Look, I should say.
Look, Abe, truth be told, in this world, I always say that everything is down to communication. What he said, could he have said it in another way? 100% yes. What he said, is it true? 100% yes. But could he have said it in another way? 100% yes. In as much as you can't fault someone for how they handle their emotions, you would expect that sometimes people take their reactions to a certain level of decorum that would really please, not necessarily please, but get the information across. I feel he could have done it better. I feel that just throwing it out there that you want to get out of the club, is it a good thing? Possibly, maybe you get a good job, a better job elsewhere. But what are you telling your future employers? You're telling them that when things don't go my way, I scream on top of my voice and get out of the club. Okay. And for me, that's not how it should have gone down. You think Mourinho has always had a situation where he has always had the players he wanted? No. You think Guardiola has always had a situation where he wanted players and he got all of them? No coach ever gets it that way. But it's how you handle it. It's how you handle it. That's why for someone like Maresca, he started the season by saying that you are going to find solutions internally. Then you are not able to find your solutions internally, and then your voice changes. It's worrying.
Great. On our stream on YouTube, I'll take 2 messages from there, and we'll tap into your messages on 0539 986 996 on our WhatsApp console as well. So you can send the messages on our WhatsApp console on 0539 986 996. This one reads, I wish my darling club Arsenal to put, okay, so he's literally saying he wishes his darling club Arsenal put the magic through today. And that's from Humble Osmosis. Now GH Mind UK World says, hi guys, greetings to you all, watching you live from the UK, big ups. All right, so to our international community, we welcome you on the show anytime. We'll sit down, and it's good to have you. So on YouTube, share the link and let everyone get involved in relation to whatever that is happening today, on the Republic of Football. All right, let's get into, I'll read the messages on the WhatsApp console later on. 0539 986 996. Let's pick reactions from the other games as well. We'll come back to the Chelsea game. It's 25 minutes played. It's 0-0. No clinical chance or some magic moment in the game as it stands. But it's Palace who've been pressing and trying to want to prove why it's a sales pack and they have to get a point. Bondi are going to go for Aston Villa against Newcastle United, and it was Morgan Rogers who got that goal. I hear you say something, Zeddy.
Yeah, I say.
Before I get to Kobna,
I said another unserious club.
In Newcastle?
No, Aston Villa.
How would you say that they are third on the Premier League as it stands now?
They are third, and I believe they should not be third. They should actually be second. Pushing on to Arsenal, trying to press them.
Basically, it's goal difference that separate Manchester City and Villa.
I like where you've taken the conversation to goal difference. You have someone scoring bucket loads of goals for you, adding up to the number, scoring literally, showing up when your quote unquote favorite striker was not showing up. That was the man doing the magic for you. And all of a sudden, for all reasons best known to the club hierarchy, you sell him after just a year at the club. What kind of business are you doing?
Well, every club in this module.
I'm literally, let me just put the name out there. I'm talking about Milan, Donny Milan. You sold him, and then he also goes to AS Roma, and all. He's on the bicycle. He's scoring goals. He's showing that it's not a fluke. And we know that you need goals, because one of the strongest pillars in this Villa team that used to be Emi Martinez is not showing up this season. So what then do you need to compensate for your goalkeeper not showing up this season? You need goals to compensate for that, so that it becomes more of a rock and roll action. Whoever scores more wins. But now, if you are not scoring, because we've seen Villa go on a spell of 4 games without getting a goal in the EPL, you start scoring and then you let go of your attacker.
Maybe I look through the confirmed 11. Let me just run through the 11, because I want to talk about Watkins, who've been in red hot form in the previous campaign, and unfortunately seem to be a little doomsday, if you want, this time around. Martinez in post for Villa. There's Matson on the left, Torres and Konza in the middle of defense. Then there's Cash on the right hand side in defense. A double pivot of Onana and Tielemans, and Sancho, the former Borussia Dortmund chap, in the
former Manchester United player.
The former Borussia Dortmund.
Manchester United.
Let me put your microphone off. Thank you very much. I told you he will not become, There's Rodgers alongside Sancho, Buendia got a goal, and Watkins up front. For Newcastle, for fairness sake, let me put Newcastle's list out as well. Thiago is in defense with Botsman in the middle, Hall and Trippier down the right. Mille, Tonali, Joe Linton, Barnes, Sowisa, and Gordon up front, with Pope in post in a 4-3-3 formation. What's the problem with Watkins?
Watkins this season, I think his head was swayed by that whole talk of trying to get him away from the club to Manchester United. I really believe that got into his head as well as that of Emi Martinez. But strictly speaking on Watkins, it took him too long a time to hit the ground, and he has actually played in 22 games. The team Aston Villa is playing their 23rd game in the EPL. He has played 22, started 19 and scored only 7.
That shouldn't be bad on the average, should it?
No, it is.
It's bad
for someone who is supposed to be the go-to man when it comes to goals for Aston Villa. It is actually very bad. Very bad. You look at how many goals has other, I don't want to talk about other midfielders, but you look across the divider and look at other midfielders who are playing for teams in that top half, that top 5, and you're seeing that midfielders are even getting more goals than you, or getting closer to you, Oli Watkins, and then it's a problem. That is why for me, they letting go of Milan is really something that they would need to maybe make clearer. Is it because of some financial play tactics or some antics or something? But Watkins has really not been helping himself anytime he also plays this season.
Why?
His style of play this season has switched and dipped a little. a little. Watkins is
But
known for.
It's the same manager. Why is that happening?
Yeah, it's down to the player's confidence. The player believes he should be at a better club, but he's
But which is the better club, Villa?
No, Manchester United were looking to sway him away.
United was 14th last season,
but he was swayed by the offer.
Okay.
He was swayed by the offer. He didn't want to say he wanted to leave because of bad blood, but he was swayed by it. Let's not kid ourselves. And it got into his head, and it took him time before he hit the ground running. And we know Watkins to be that sharp shooter in front of goal. This season, majority of his shots are being dragged wide. Majority of his shots, dragging them wide. We know Watkins is someone that you play that ball over the top, he gets on his bike, he's off. This season, he gets on his bike, he's likely going to go wide or he's going to drag the ball wide. It is one of the two. His qualities has not changed, but his form and confidence in himself is what is leading Watkins to play the way he's playing this season.
Oh, interesting revelations from that space. Let's move. It's still 1-0 in that game. Buendia scoring from the Morgan assist. Look, there were facts that I read out. For the Brentford Nottingham Forest game. Interestingly, it was Igor Jesus got a goal for Nottingham Forest. They seem to be on this steady bounce, isn't it? Nottingham Forest. I check where they are now on the log, and they are 17th in the 20-man league with 25 points, and in their last game seem to have caused their last two against that's West Ham United. I want to say, had a nice win that looked to seem that things were getting better with a new manager. Are they able to do this against Brentford? Sean Dyche is a manager with a lot of experience in the league. Let's take your attention.
Oh no! It's a goal.
It's Val scores for Chelsea. Yeah. The 33rd minutes.
You are definitely.
If you watch. Sorry, Sadi.
No, you are definitely going to ask when you see it. So I'm just saying I didn't say that. So that was all I was saying, Pablo.
On our stream on YouTube.
So for Forest,
before you talk about, you want to answer the Chelsea sequence.
So for Forest like this, the results going on right now, I'm sure West Ham will not be happy about it at all, because West Ham had to beat what's the name, Sunderland by 3-1 yesterday, and it was a very good result for West Ham. And for Forest, they have to do their best if they want to survive this league. They have to do their best to win most of the games, like win some games that you least expect. They have to do their best to do that, and I feel like that's what they have to do. So Sean Dyche will do his best to just calm the players down, because this Brentford team on the other hand are playing so well. They are 8th on the league table, and one player, Thiago, their striker, that's for Brentford, he's on top form and he's playing so well. So
he's a Brazilian, so
yes.
I really respectfully doubt his age. He's 24. Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully, he's 24.
Yes, please, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but he's 24.
So I'm saying I respectfully doubt it.
See, documents in the EPL
Fair point.
held by the Premier League show that he's 24.
I retract.
Yeah. If he's actually 24, we would know when he gets injured.
I didn't say.
So it's good for us so far. They have to just keep on, because it's just 35 minutes played so far in the game, and anything can happen. Brentford can come back to win this game, so they have to be calm to make sure they at least get a point or get the full 3 points in that game.
This is 97.3 City FM, and it's the Republic of Football on your radio, on your TV, on Channel 1 TV, and of course we are live on YouTube on City Sports GHA. So you can find the stream there and leave your comment and enjoy the show. I saw in the live chat over there. So I get back into your messages and said, Marlon has scored only 7 goals in 2 years. So please, what are you talking about? This is from Limited Herrera 5029.
Okay.
It says Marlon has never been Villa's go-to man.
Yeah.
Villa's getting Tammy Abraham to replace the misfire Merlin.
So, point of correction, I never said Merlin was the go-to man for goals for Villa. I was like, Watkins is the go-to man for their goals, but if your go-to man is scoring 7, then there's a problem there. So why do you then let someone go who was also getting in the goals when you needed it most? Because there were certain results that if not for
you feel he would have been a perfect backup.
He was an okay. If your lead striker is scoring 7 in a season, and Merlin has been at the club 1 year and more, and has also scored 7 in that same time frame. Come on, back up. How many? Villa is not that team that win by a truckload of goals. They are quite shrewd. They win 1, 2, 1, 2, at most 3. You hardly get a Villa scoreline where they are scoring in excesses of 3. So if you have got a shrewd attacker like Merlin, and was he getting the goals when they needed? Yes, that was what he was brought in to do.
Great. It's Chelsea 1, Palace 0. Enough. We'll return to the Premier League and talk more. Leave your comment on 0539986996, and I'll be reading the messages on our WhatsApp console for us. Let me just do a few. This is Bernard Abeko here, and I've got the man in spectacles today. Come no mafo. Again, and Sunday I'm studying together here in the studio. We'll be here to finish that Arsenal game. Yeah, so we've got a long way to go. So I want us to get interactive as events unfold. Let's get into a few messages. Good afternoon. He says Kukwabiku. Well, I take it. This is Kobe Baden listening live from Dansuman, Sahara. We beat Manchester City for Arsenal, and we are beating Arsenal for Manchester City today. Okay, so like he's twisting in the whole thing, like, you know, what happened last week and all. So good afternoon, Bernard. Nito from Tema Community 5. I want to tell all Man United fans that our team United will win today's game. Mark it. Greetings to you all, sports guys in the studio. So we'll say hello as well. And you can also leave your message on 0539986996, and we'll be reading it. Let's get into the Italian Serie A. It's Genoa who are at home. And unfortunately, or is it fortunate? Unfortunately, losing at the Stadio Comunale Luigi Ferraris by goal to 0. They seem not to even be commanding play. The Bologna seem to be dominating in all halves, and Ferguson, you know, got a goal for them through an assist from Benjamin Dominguez. For these two sides, if you check the table in the Italian Serie A, for example, Bologna has not been bad, you know, recently, because 8 on the log seem respectable, and for Genoa they are lying on the 16th mark on the log. But I'll run you through the stats before I get to the gentlemen, because I spoke about earlier. So in terms of ball possession, Bologna have got it 60 to 40% for Genoa, and seem to have an advantage in the XG 0.28 to 0.15 for Genoa. Means they've hit 3 shots on target with 6 attempts in that space. But I mean, it's exciting to see, you know, a club who seem to be gathering a squad to play in a certain fashion, dominate Genoa for a minute, isn't it? The Italian has been solid. I feel Daniel De Rossi is lost a bit. Sorry, if you ask me, I don't know if you really agree to this, but I mean, Genoa seem not to be pulling their weight, seem to be staring at relegation and saying, hey, I just want to kiss that touchline.
Why do you make it seem that way that they just want to get relegated intentionally?
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. But I cross-checked their last 5 matches. Not been impressive. It's just one win in that field when they had a 3-0 win against Cagliari, and again had the likes of Columbus opening the scoreline and all of that. It seemed to bring some bit of excitement. Then another draw. Then there were 2 draws before the win before the other draw, and they seem to want to draw this game. That's relegation tactics, isn't it?
Well, that's relegation form, and that was not started by De Rossi. De Rossi has been there for just a little bit over 12 games. No, just actually I think 12 games, and he has won only 3 in that 12. He has drawn 5 and is currently losing another one. If it goes through, that will mean he has lost 4. Would I blame him so much? To some extent, because that's the buck stops with the manager. It might not be your team, but it's you who decided to take up the job after the previous manager was fired. You get my point. But you come in, you have star status. You get now. Genoa themselves are known for liking these things, bringing in very good players who were exceptionally wonderful in their heydays as football players. De Rossi came to replace another football player, so not necessarily like another football great. So he came to replace another football great, and for me, it's a place to cut your teeth, but it's been very, very difficult for them as a club.
Hold on. Palace are in trouble again. It says Estival once more on the ball, and he nearly made it too. And it's the same error they've been creating which led to their first goal. They lost the ball in Chelsea's half, similarly from the same area, but I think he should have just placed the ball to allow the oncoming attacker to just plant the ball at Estival, but he thought he could have just had opportunity at goal, so he shot it. But Pedro was not happy.
No, Pedro cannot be happy at that, but Estival did not lift his head when he was going through the motions. He just kept his head down, picked his spot in his mind, knew what he wanted to do, and just went for it. He did not look whether someone was coming or not.
So, I mean, you are describing a general situation with the managerial cycle with the experienced, or ex-players, and where they are and why they seem not to be helping.
Yeah, currently they find themselves also at a point where at least there are teams that are worse off than them. So because of such, they would get to escape with the skin of their teeth, looking at the way things are going a little bit down below in the Serie A. Look, just 2 wins could now change the story for them. Just like Fiorentina had their fate written out for them that they were relegation bound, they now win. They go on to win 3 games, and then everything is looking on the upside, despite the fact they also lost yesterday. But for Genoa, a lot of things count. You look at the kind of players they have there, the kind of quality they have there. Some of their players they have out injured. It's all adds to the fact to find where they are sitting. Some of the players they have in their team, I don't believe are, quality enough. And some players this season have not really shown like they used to in the previous seasons. September was a very fantastic month for someone like Caleb Ekuban, who plays his trade for Genoa. But since the month of September, it has just gone away from him, and he's actually now struggling to even start games. Today's game he's starting on the bench. The last time he got a goal involvement was their last win actually against Udine. And for me, he has been someone who has held the team together and has been pushing them a couple of seasons now, but he's aging. You look at the kind of players who play in that part of the field for them to also try and get goals, and their numbers are really not helping issues. Genoa's problem is down to scoring goals and also conceding goals, but more to the scoring goals aspect. Just like Palace, that I said Palace had played 23. This is their 23rd game and they've scored only 23 goals, averaging 1 goal per game. Same applies to Genoa. Genoa are also finding themselves in a situation where they are not scoring goals. And in the Italian Serie A, where it's more of a tactics game, it is more like a chess game. So whoever comes out the chess champion would have his team win the game. They don't run gang ho, and the game is not as fast as the EPL. It's down to extreme tactics. Is De Rossi the man with the tactics to actually help shape the current crop of players to get them to play something? His current record does not show that he can do the job with Genoa. Genoa would need to hang in there, hope for some games that they can get some draws out of, some that they may just be able to get the win over the likes of, say, a Pisa or something in that region, and hope they can stay in the league. Aside that, De Rossi, I don't think, has shown the tactical acumen to be able to keep this Genoa job going forward long term.
97.3 City FM live on Channel 1 TV, on your screens, on your television, and on YouTube at City Sports GHA, on X for the link for you to follow on City FM as well. There's a big game in Italian Serie A. We speak of the Italian Serie A at 5 p.m. It's Juventus up against Napoli. Then there's a Roma game as well, which is also a big game in the Italian Serie A. In that Chelsea game, we can walk through what's happened. It's halftime already. Estival's 34th minute goal still stays. Chelsea 1, Palace 0 at halftime. Brentford still trailing, is 1-0 in favor of Nottingham Forest, and same as the Newcastle game, where it is 1-0 in favor of Aston Villa, in that game. In the Spanish La Liga, Atletico Madrid 3-0 up against Mallorca, and there was an own goal, Lopez scoring himself, unfortunately, and Almada also scores in the 87th minute. It's 87 minutes played, so a lot to observe. And the 30 years old Alexander Solot got to go for the Madrid, Atletico Madrid as well. So it's 3-0 against Mallorca, and there's a lot more to talk about in that game for Atletico Madrid, or in Spain at large. Barcelona versus Real Oviedo is starting at 3:15. The confirmed lineup is already out. I need to run you through it. It's Garcia who is in post for Barcelona in a 4-2-3-1 formation. There's Cancelo on the right hand side in defense. Kubasi sits in heart of defense together with Eric Garcia, and there's Martin who plays from the left. That's Gerard Martin on the left hand side of defense, especially with his preferred left foot, helping the squad awesomely in that foot. In the double pivot, we have the chap that Manchester United had wanted earlier on in Dijon in the middle, with Casado as well in there. So Mark in the middle, and Lamine Yamal on the right in front of the double pivot, with Olmo and Rafinha and Lewandowski leading the attack for Barcelona. So that's how events are for that game. For Real Oviedo, Ghana Sibo starts the game. I know it's one that guys will love to have interest in discussing, but we'll get to it. I'll let Kobnet tell me about what Barca is doing. They've got huge experience up front. Robin Lewandowski, who's 37 years old and still playing. People seem to not to have their eyes on the young, I nearly said the young man, the senior man up.
He's still young.
Still young.
Yeah, he's still young. Ronaldo is still playing football.
When I get you talk about it. So a young Robert Lewandowski, according to Kobna here in the studios. Then we've got a 29-year-old Rafinha. Also, sorry, why? That's your junior brother.
No comments.
But people look at your face and not that they think you are like 22. So it's normal. Right. You're a youngster. The man. This is
doing this to me.
No, that's the truth. That's the truth. And then when I question
what you're doing,
when I question, people say it's called grace. So you have to accept it and live with it, because you can't do anything about it, can you?
No, but
so that's it.
Continue with what you're saying.
Then there's a 27 years old Dani Olmo. For the squad as well, and apart from these three and Dijon, who's also 28, they've gotten then the former Manchester City guy, what's his name, Cancelo. I paint this picture because of how they've brilliantly mixed experienced players in age with the youngsters. Then I mentioned the youngsters in play. Of course, we all know Yamal to be 18 now.
Yeah.
There's Mark Casado, who's 22. Right behind him is Eric Garcia, 25. Kubasi is 19 years old. The goalkeeper Garcia is 24. And for goalkeepers, 24 is a fine age, which you can go up until like 40. From what we've seen in the past, isn't it? Unless the current goalkeepers now decide to tell us that they are not in that frame, then we can agree. Then there's Joan Martin, who's also 23 years old. Is it the situation for Barcelona, Kobna? Is it the coach, or they've just assembled the right mix of players to be able to challenge Madrid at this stage of the competition? They've got 49 points. Madrid has gotten 51, and it's a bit tricky how events are panning out in just 21 games in this league. I'll get you to talk about the Chelsea situation too, Sadi. But the Barcelona situation. You said Lewandowski is young.
Yeah, 37. Ronaldo is still playing football. Ronaldo is still playing football.
Hold on, why are you doing this today?
Ronaldo is still playing football.
I disagree, but Ronaldo is an exception, isn't it?
Yes. So the same thing applies to
Robert is an exception, you say. You don't agree, Sadi? You don't agree?
Please, I have not said anything.
Okay, that's
at
fair.
this point. I really have. I am not in this.
But I mean, how are they able to do it with a mix of experience and the young chap tapping into their energy and the experienced players using their positional awareness, looking over their shoulder and getting the results for Barcelona in a game of the magnitude?
It's brilliant from Hans Flick, because I've always been saying he came into Barcelona when Barcelona they are not able to make some transfers because of how situations are for them. So there are some players that they want, but it's very difficult for them to buy, and which is so not good for them. And because of the 1-1 rule situation for Barcelona, that is not working for them. That is why this thing is happening to them. So Hansi Flick is trying his best to get the academy players, the youngsters, and just mix them up with the old players that are there. And that's been so brilliant from him, because he has been able to do things so well for Barcelona so far. And Barcelona, before last week when they lost against Real Sociedad by 2-1, the last time Barcelona lost a game in all competitions was on 25th November 2025. That was against Chelsea.
What does that mean?
So that should tell you they had a very good run. Oh no, I'm not saying
I'm not being sarcastic.
Oh no,
don't mind the young Sadi.
Oh, Charlie. Very, very young.
Yeah, very young.
Very young and able, man.
That's it.
So if you check from that time to last week that they lost against us, they've been getting a lot of wins, and that was so brilliant from Barcelona. But Hansi Flick for the defense line for Barcelona, sometimes it's very difficult. He has always been changing. Sometimes we'll have Koundé, sometimes we'll have Eric Garcia, sometimes there's Kubasi, and now fortunately for them, Joao Cancelo has also come in to adapt to how Barcelona will have to play, and it's good for them getting Joao Cancelo because Jules Koundé was a bit down. He wasn't playing so well for some time now, and Joao Cancelo coming in is really going to help the team a lot. Joao Garcia, who is in post for Barcelona, very good goalkeeper. He's doing so well for Barcelona, and which is so good from him. For Barcelona, what I'm so happy about them is that this season, Frankie de Jong has not gone on injury like for so long, because he was a player that was like an injury-prone player. But fortunately for them this season, he has been able to play a lot of the games for them, and that's so brilliant from him. And it's thumbs up to him and the medical team for Barcelona. They've been able to take care of him very well, and that is what he's doing. If he's playing at that role, he does so well. The only unfortunate thing is that they are going to miss Pedri for some time because of the injury he had. So now Casado will have to be playing more with Frankie de Jong, and that will have to give him a lot of work, because the work Pedri will do when he's playing with Frankie de Jong will not be the same thing as Casado. So now Frankie de Jong needs to put up a lot of good performances, because Casado is young and he is now adapting to the system so he is going to struggle a bit. But when you come to the attack line, that's one brilliant one. We have Lamine Yamal, you have Lewandowski, you have Rafinha. There are times Rashford also comes in. You have Rooney, who also comes in. So that is so good from Barcelona. So it's been so far so good from Hansi Flick, the way he has been able to do things. I'm just hoping they'll be able to win today against Real Oviedo, because they have to put a lot of pressure on Real Madrid. Unfortunately for them, before last week they were leading Real Madrid with 4 points gap, but someone will say before that 25th November that they lost, Real Madrid were leading them for about like 7 to 9 points, and they had to close the gap to even give a gap of 4 points. So now if the gap is just 2 points between them, and if they win, they will just widen the gap to just 1 point. I'm sure they'll have to do their best to beat Real Oviedo today. They have to do whatever that it takes to beat Real Oviedo, because these are the games that sometimes when you take it so easy, they come in and just surprise you. But one thing I've noticed about the La Liga is that mostly the teams that are lying last or lying around 17th, 18th, 16th, when they go away, it's very difficult for them to win. It's normal. It's not like the EPL that when you're going to meet a 20th.
You want to describe in terms of competition, or competitive, how competitive the league is?
Yes.
So like the GPL.
It's okay.
Stay focused. Okay.
It's okay.
Please,
It's okay. Now Guatemala league is even better than Ghana.
How about Seminole? You know. Yeah, you're doing some fine analysis. All of a sudden,
Guatemala.
You make my guy take you off the pedal.
So it's good from Barcelona so far.
Yeah.
I'm really happy about it. But I wanted to talk about what's the name? Kusisibo.
Yeah.
For Real Oviedo.
For Real Oviedo, okay.
Yeah. For Kusisibo, it's very good for him, because before the January transfer, they were like, Kusisibo was like he wanted to find a club to leave. Yeah. Because he felt like the World Cup is getting nearer and he's not getting a lot of playing time. But it's been good for him so far this year. So far, he has played all the last 4 games for Real Oviedo. 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 57 minutes, 71 minutes. So that are good numbers for him. In your past 4 games, you're getting 90, 90, 57, 71. Meaning you are getting some good numbers that is really going to help you gain some form. So it's good for Blasters, good for him too. And I'm so happy he's also starting in this game. He has to gain a lot of confidence. He's a good player, but he just needs some few touches that will be able to polish him, that will make him so good. So he has to keep playing. Our Blasters players needs to keep playing a lot for their club football, so that when they come to the national team, they'll be able to replicate what they are doing over there.
For the World Cup especially.
Yes. So it's good for Real Oviedo, and also good for Kusisibo himself.
This is 97.3 City FM. It's 1500 GMT exactly on the clock, and we'll go for a short break here, return and talk more. But know that Sibo has done all the things he mentioned this season in terms of minutes played. He's done 631 minutes in total, Sibo, and it's quite been impressive with 6 shots around the D. He plays as a central midfielder and a DM as well. So we've gotten him, in good stead for the Black Stars in terms of looking for the right odds to help Thomas Partey for the Black Stars to have a solidified midfield, an area where we have a special number. In time past. When I come out, I'll take a few of your messages as well on 0539 986 996 0539 986 996 on our WhatsApp call. So I'll go on to the YouTube stream to read your comments over there. So then we will charge into another discussion. That's big game which will be happening across Europe, in the Premier League, in the Italian Serie A. We'll talk a bit of that's all on the show. Let's go for this quick break. When we return, there's more here on 97.3 City FM on the Republic of Football.
This week on the Upside Down Show, Fuma Adunyame sits with the bold and outspoken Dr. Stephen Amwa, MP for Inshayeso.
But Honorable, how do you deal with controversies? Because every now and then, sticker is, permit me, impotent, because even on a campaign trail, we brought in one of the loyal ladies, but he couldn't do anything with the person.
Whether I'm impotent or not impotent, it doesn't mean anything.
But are you?
Of course not.
Okay.
God loves me.
If it doesn't go the Kennedy way, who among the five would you want to see become the flag bearer?
Anybody that can let me know that would give MPP the highest chance of winning 2020.
Feel the rhythm as Carlo Yabwe delivers a soul-stirring performance.
I don't feel like you don't see I try, but I don't know what to do. Anytime you call me, I know I slide. I keep spending my life on you. You say get too much about my pride. You don't know half about what I do. You say get too much about mine.
And watch creativity come alive with Audrey Bruce Vanderpoy.
I don't know be there. No.
Don't miss the Upside Down Show this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome to the Health Quarters Ghana, where medical science meets everyday life. Join Dr. Gideon Asen and the irrepressible Clemento Suarez as they tackle health issues.
My name is Dr. Gideon Asen. I have with me here my co-host Clemento Suarez.
I knew how it felt anytime I started to feel the pain.
Whether it is hernia, breast cancer, cataracts, or infertility, the show brings together victims to share their real life stories and experts to debunk myths.
If you wear cotton supporter, when they wear pampers and a benwa or bosom. So you see, instead of it being raw egg, I done it because you don't know.
Make a date with us every Sunday at 4 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and all social media platforms at Health Quarters Ghana.
In a world that praises constant movement, taking a pause feels like failure. Here on Lifeline, we ask, is rest really laziness? Stay with Bishop Fred Kranchi-Mensah to discover why rest is necessary for clarity, strength, and purpose, even as we begin the new year.
Hello, my dear friend, and welcome to Lifeline. I am Fred Kranchi-Mensah. This is the place where we help you to live this life well so that you can enhance your faith, your family, and your future. Come unto me, all you that are heavy laden and have weight, and I will give you rest. In the 20th century and after, we only equate productivity and worth to how hard you can work, how fast you can work. We don't even look at smart work. If you are not busy, you are not productive. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. The concept of the Sabbath is a concept of rest.
Lifeline airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of the point of view.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issues.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
So it's Brentford 1, Brentford 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Nottingham Forest 1, Brentford 0. Maybe you might want it that way. And Palace Palace 0, Chelsea 1, Newcastle 0, Villa 1 is the second half of the game. We move into the Italian Serie A quickly. There's a goal. There's a goal in the Bologna game. It's Bologna to Genoa 0. Again, we're concentrating on earlier. Atalanta to Parma 0. Sassuolo 1. Cremonese 0 earlier on. Sassuolo winning that game. I don't need to read the table later on. Between Mönchengladbach and Stuttgart. Stuttgart also leading by a goal to just 38 minutes in that goal. Chelsea scored again. Beautiful goal. Yeah. So run us through what happened. Run us through what transpired in the game.
Oh, so why?
To the goal.
Why
forget I'm moderating, so you forgetting for a second. Yes, please.
But I feel like it was a defensive blunder from Crystal Palace. They could have done better. That was a good pass from Esteban to João Pedro, who was able to run very well. He had to just cut in the penalty box, and that was a good shot from him to score a goal. That was a striker's goal, and very good from Chelsea. That was this goal is very needed for Chelsea.
So was a true ball from was that Badiashile?
No, so from Esteban. Rhys James.
From Rhys James.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he went to from Rhys James to Esteban, and Esteban. No, that's João Pedro.
No, so
João Pedro back to Esteban back to João Pedro.
Yeah.
João Pedro gets into the 18-yard box, sees the angle and shoots at goal, and he finds the back of the net. Special goal for Chelsea. João Pedro living up to the billing. 15 minutes, Chelsea 2, Palace at the Selhurst Park 0. Let me go through. So you got your thought here. I'll go through the messages on our WhatsApp console on 0539986996. Then I'll revert to the studio. Ellie says, "Good afternoon, guys. Please tell your guy not to bring Enzo Maresca into this argument. You and I know very well that Maresca requested for a defender and a striker, but the owners did not give him. Finding internal solutions is the only way for the coach, but when the material available internally is not up to standard, you will change your voice. So please, don't make it look like Maresca had the opportunity and refused to use it. We the faithful Chelsea fans believe in Maresca, and we still believe in him." He says. You have a reaction, Sally?
I said no coach ever gets all what they ever want. That is what I said.
And you said the same. Jose Mourinho and all that.
Yeah, so I
even the Pep and other things, the other coaches don't even get.
Yes. So I beg, this one that you're coming for me, dear. What me have me do?
Fine, let me read more of the messages. This is Kobe Baden again. It says Arsenal fans have forgotten that it was Manchester United that stopped their invincible. Anybody stop the invisible?
No, but that's why they were invisible.
I mean, please kindly. Please kindly check the French Ligue 1, and it's good to see Samed and Pepra in action for Nice. We'll do that for you. We mentioned the games that's happening there. Felix from Takrady says, "Good afternoon, please. I saw on X that Daniel Kofi has recovered. can you update us on his situation? He's a baller, and I think he walks straight into the Black Star starting lineup. So he didn't add a laughing emoji. I'm the one laughing. If he's fully fit, he indicates he is playing today. Is he playing today? The question: United is beating us now by 2-0. Any more messages? I think we should do 3 and come back. 0539 986 996 0539 986 996 on our WhatsApp line and on our stream on YouTube. You can leave your comments there. We'll read the comments from the chat on YouTube as well for all of us. So I'm trying to check if there are comments in there. Okay, fair. We'll come back to the YouTube space. The guys are just enjoying the show, so they are live on and really, I'm sure they are waiting for the Arsenal United discussion and all of that. But Chelsea is winning. I need to hear from the Chelsea fans. Like, I need to hear from you guys. What's happening? This win is important. You know what it does for Chelsea? I tell you what this win does for this awesome football club that Todd Boehly and co would want to obstruct us. It puts them in the 4th position. Is there?
Oh,
have I said anything?
You've not said anything bad.
Okay. Chelsea will get 37 points. They move into the 4th position. Liverpool lost yesterday. They were still on 36. United are yet to play against Arsenal. They have 35 points. Arsenal looking to stretch it and still maintain the 7 gap. Currently, there are 4 points. There's 4 points between City and Arsenal. And I spoke to an Arsenal fan the last time when I was at the barbers trying to shave, and the guy was an Arsenal fan, and he's so, at that time it was Villa who were right behind Arsenal, and he was not worried about Villa behind Arsenal. He was worried about Manchester City. That time City's performance was really not up there, but you're worried about City. Now City is in 2nd place, and Antoine Semenyo seemed to be saving that football club, guys. Antoine Semenyo.
But that's why they bought him.
Yes.
That's why they bought him.
Hitting the bar.
Yeah.
Charlie, this guy.
You have the topmost goal scorer. If
And we should go and do baptism now.
Which baptism?
In the water. He's also full.
Yeah, but he's also full has done it, and so far he has scored. He has scored as many goals for City as he has for the Black Stars.
Yeah. So the Black Stars is 32 for Black Stars and 3 goals.
And 3 goals.
How many games for Black Stars?
Yeah, 32. 33 goals.
Saying that one.
Oh no, I'm just
comparing.
The thing just dropping my mind. So you need to tell me if that's the truth. So. And then is that 4 games for Manchester City?
Yeah, it's got 3.
And gotten 3.
Yeah.
Is it a golf in coaches?
You are the one asking the question.
Yes, please.
Okay.
No, when I sit here, I have to ask questions.
Okay.
I have to pretend as if my opinion doesn't matter.
Wonderful. So you said, is it the golf in coaching?
Yeah, is it the golf in coaching?
Partially so, partially not so.
Why partially so?
Partially so because some majority of the time that he has come to the team, he's played in a different role than he has been playing for Bournemouth and so far City.
He doesn't play as a wide man, he plays as a striker.
Exactly.
So we also see something special.
He's not
always see something special.
And he's not the only person given different roles in this team who have been performing in their clubs. Iñaki Williams is one.
The Capito.
He's another that is being played, like given a different role. Given a different role here means you can be told to play as an attacker, but what is desired of you on the pitch is different. Same applies to Brandon Thomas Asante. So it is the different roles given by the coach that leads them to play the way they play when they come to the Black Stars. The role given to them by the coach. But then again, there's the argument of some facilities, they not having access to certain facilities on the side when they come down. Yeah, so it's both. It's a two-factorial thing. It's facilities and also the roles given to them.
Hey, it's facilities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facilities and roles.
Okay.
Where do you want to go? The facility does not necessarily only limit it to the pitch, in as much as the pitch is also a factor, but it does not necessarily limit it to the pitch. The pitch can look lush, it can look green, but when the ball is rolling, does it bubble?
Hey, this one is you saying it though. Does it bubble? You seem to ask a question.
Blasters played against Chado. Are we? They didn't play at the Accra Sports Stadium. So
okay, so that on the pitch was not.
No, but they played. They also beat their opponents in Morocco. 5-0. Or
coaching in
didn't they beat Central African Republic 5-0?
Let's stay focused.
But we are staying focused. I gave you the two factors combining to put us in this situation. The rules
like a penalty.
You are sitting in Ghana telling CLS back people it looks like a
don't do that. So you don't do that. No, it's what you saw.
See, after what we saw yesterday from Mosquera, in that Wolves shirt, nothing surprises me in football again.
Nothing should surprise you in football. You know,
as you went off the body.
Is that a general keeper? Dean Buga.
That's a Bologna goalkeeper.
That's a Bologna goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Is that a foul? Sorry to take your attention quick off the.
It's a foul.
That one there. This one.
And that's outside his area, so you can get a red card for, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. It can be a red card.
They gave him a red card, right?
Yeah, it will be a red card.
They gave him a red card, so they are yet to. No. VAR would have to come.
So reason why it's not a red card is he did not.
The VAR is going to check Chelsea's ball.
Chelsea's again.
Yeah.
But there's a VAR check also going on the general game.
So let's talk about the general.
Let's talk about the general first.
So for me, why it's not a red card is that in as much as it's outside his area, he went in tackling with his foot, not anywhere swinging with his arm.
But
that's why he's being called to the VAR. So I'm sure he would overturn the decision because he, the goalkeeper, went onto the field outside his box, and he played like a footballer.
Yeah, no more a goalkeeper.
He did not go with his hand.
Yeah.
So I don't think it is a red card. It is at most a yellow card because it's a foul. The goalkeeper is out of his goal post. Fine. Now he goes in for the tackle. Yes. Does he catch the player? He does. Is it starts showing? No. Did he go with his arm? No. So he's a football player.
Was there contact? Was there contact that impeded the movement of the player?
Yeah. So it's a foul.
It's a foul, but on the minimum, it should
be a yellow card.
Yeah. It should not be a red card
because he was a football.
I think the manner in which he went into a tackle as well, and the closeness of the officiating official. Let's leave that for them to decide whether it's a red card in the Italian Serie A. Let's revert to the Chelsea handball situation. This is a penalty. Is a Kobna.
It's very difficult.
Why is it difficult?
But it touched his body before it touched his arm.
Really?
Yes. So it touches his body here and then
goes straight into the arm.
You see, when they use this camera, the camera that they are showing.
That's João Pedro, right?
Yeah, João Pedro.
So here it goes into his body, his rib cage, and then just flickers onto his arm.
Yes. And then that's not a penalty.
So let's see what happens.
But I'm surprised. Is he VAR calling that? He should come and check to see if this boy is a penalty.
But yesterday they went to check for about 3 minutes.
True. Yesterday they went to check and they came back saying it was a penalty.
Has VAR added anything special to the game?
Controversies.
No, not controversies.
You think it has added a bit of controversies to the game?
Yes, sometimes.
What do you say so?
There are some of the games that you could see that it shouldn't be any thing that VAR should.
Hold on. The Bologna situation, we'll come back to the VAR discussion. The Bologna situation is being reversed. So the referee is communicating to the spectators in the arena about a decision he took. So he's yet to let us know on screen what it is, and is it confirmed? Is it the referee is walking up to the goalkeeping area?
It's confirmed.
It's confirmed. He will change his card. Wow.
Chelsea's ball is also a penalty.
Chelsea's ball is a penalty?
Yeah.
But I think it's strange in the. You want to check.
Yeah,
I'm a bit confused because
he misses the ball.
Yes,
goes in
as a player.
He goes in as a player.
How he goes into that tackle as a player?
How he goes in?
Pick a normal player on the pitch. Is he going into that tackle that way?
Oh, we've seen worse tackles from players.
Fair point, but
we saw last week what Dalo did to Doku.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was a yellow card.
That should have been a red card.
Yes. So I don't feel like it's a refereeing decision.
And sometimes the Chelsea one.
The Chelsea one, yeah. Let's describe. It's a penalty now, so it's
so how is Moresquez
Fernandez, right?
Yeah, Enzo Fernandez.
How is Moresquez one not a penalty?
How is Moresquez one not a penalty and this is a penalty?
See the EP.
That's what I was saying, that I saw the ball go straight into the player's arm.
That's what you saw.
Yes, I didn't see a touch on the rib. You know where Sedi described. I saw the ball go straight into his, and his arm was moving.
No, the hand moved.
You know, so it was not as it was close to the body or something. But these things, they are controversial. So I want to find out.
Very controversial.
I want to find out if Enzo scores. The keeper didn't move. It's Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0. Good scoreline. I think that serves as a cushion. 63 minutes, and
very good one.
You know, Chelsea are positioning themselves.
What a goal!
Wow! But what a goal now is for Genoa game.
What a goal!
So it was a free kick. It was a free kick and a little close to the penalty area. Malinovsky gets to the ball and picks a spot in the net and just slots it. So he uses that one-man war defense.
So the incident that happened in the red card, that's what he used to score.
Absolutely, you know. And then he balloons the ball. It was dipping, so the goalkeeper stretched, but the ball was just, you know, dipping in, and then he gets the goal. It's 2-1. In that game, you see now.
Okay.
The ball goes straight.
It goes straight to the hands.
Yes,
okay.
Goes straight into the.
It didn't touch the Crystal Palace.
Any part of the body. Was way off the body. So, Sedi cool now.
No, I'm cool, but they need to make it clear to us how Moresquez's arm was in a natural position, but
you see sometimes. Look, sometimes you see as you are sitting naturally. I mean, the camera can pan on you. Oh, no, I just want to paint a picture. No.
Okay, I'm not going to.
I want to paint a picture to guys out there. When you are moving, there are places that with your movement, it keeps your body shape, and in trying to balance, it keeps your arm in that position. Same as when you are making a sharper movement or you are in movement on a pitch in terms of football. So as you are seated now, you know, this is how comfortable you feel that balances your body at this particular point in time. But when you, for example, go like, and there's a ball, in case of football, and it strikes your arm, it is left its natural position that the body is at, say, balance, if I'm to describe it in that manner, and all of that. So it's Genoa 1, Bologna 2, Chelsea 3, Palace 0. I want to go through the other scores as well. Then we can talk more on the show as I invite your thought on 0539 986 996 0539 986 996 0539 986 996. Now go on to the YouTube stream and read comments over there. So it's still Villa 1, Newcastle United 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Brentford 0, Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 0 in the English Premier League. In the La Liga, Atletico Madrid finished the game against Mallorca by 3-0 in that game. So that's how events panned out in the game for Madrid. No, it's fine. I'll talk about it. The guys seem to be, getting me to focus on the United. I'll let you know the United lineup as well. It's 3:25 lineup out. We'll talk about it. The Barcelona game has begun. It's 0-0 between Barcelona and Real Oviedo. It stands 7 minutes played. And in the Italian Serie A, we spoke about the Bologna red card and the goal Genoa scored. This is 2-1 in favor of Bologna. Still Atalanta 2, Parma 0, 68 minutes done in the game. The German's Bundesliga is still at the halftime is Stuttgart 1, Mönchengladbach 0. In the French Ligue is Nantes 1, Nice 3. Brest will be taken on Toulouse later on in the game. Hey, as for the Ghana Premier League, I can't talk about it. Hey, Shedro Oblast, you're beating Ediana Stars. Shedro, that'll be a discussion on scorecard later on.
Yeah, but that's a positive result for Shedro All Blacks in recent times.
Hold on, it's just 30 minutes. No, don't come in recent times here. Take your time. Let's. Fair point. Your microphone is even off, so you save your breath for the United discussion because we're about to get into that. We're about to get into that. I think we should do that at 4. I'm looking for a space to fix our colours, so I think we'll do that at 4 and see what it plays, because we have to focus on finishing Chelsea's game. Now Palace want to play like Palace. The lineup for Arsenal and United are out. I want you to pen it down here, and we'll come to talk about it. We've got about an hour and 2 minutes to go into the game. Raya in post for Arsenal. Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hankape in defense, and Odegaard, Zubimendi, Rice in the 4-3-3 formation. Saka, Jesus, Trossard for Arsenal. 4-3-3. I repeat that again. Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Hankape. Odegaard, Zubimendi, Rice in midfield, in the middle, and Saka, Jesus, Trossard. For Manchester United, there's Lomans in post for United as a goalkeeper. Dallo, Maguire, Martinez, Shaw in the back 4. The same back 4 that started at the game. Menu, Casemiro.
The same lineup. The same lineup.
Ahmad, Fernandes, Dogu, Mbomo. Same lineup the coach prided against Manchester City.
When we talk about it, we talk about Dogu well.
Talk about Dogu well. Okay. Fair point. United has gotten Muzai, a guy who nearly won the AFCON. Nearly. Bench. Malacia comes into bench as well, onto the bench. And Ugarte, Mount, Cunha on bench, Sheshko, who they've described as having a good ethics when it comes to, so of course, the good work ethics. Joro and Heaven are on bench together with Bayendir. You know, as United's, he nearly became United's first choice goalkeeper as well. I mean, tell you guys for help me. Why did you do this to me?
When you say nearly, what happened? What happened? And then he got far.
You know what happened.
But Onana is still United's goalkeeper, right?
Yes, he's a United player.
No, I just want clarifications.
Yeah, United player.
But I don't work on the board. I don't work on United's board.
No problem.
Unana.
Yeah.
That's right. Unana. You want to compose a song for him or something?
Yeah, it's Onana. Yasho.
But I was in post yesterday.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
You see, it's not part of the board, but this was just.
I don't care as a general.
I know. They won 2-1 and their Trabzonspor. They are third on the league table.
Don't worry. Third to who?
I don't care.
Galatasaray and Fenerbahce.
Exactly.
My guy, I don't care. What happens to that guy? I don't care.
Oh no. But then again, like it's. We'll see what happens at the end of the
red card.
Another red. Oh, okay. So let's revert to the Chelsea game.
A bad tackle from him. He tackled Caicedo.
This guy is one of the guys that's recommended for the United midfield.
No, actually, the Chelsea team is also looking at it. From what I gather, the Chelsea team is also looking at it.
Oh, but to get a red card against Chelsea, I think that's not so well.
Listen, Chelsea.
So it was Caicedo was with the ball. He goes in with his foot, and
so he has a yellow card already. So that was why
I don't think this yellow card is soft.
This
Chelsea already 3-0 up. So Palace are just going to do
not for the scoreline alone, but I feel the tackle was more like he left his trailing leg, and his trailing leg got into contact with Moise Caicedo. Yeah, that's what. I
think the referee should have overlooked it. There's nothing so dangerous to sometimes see these officials, they get us confused most of the time. What's happening? So the microphone is on.
So I strongly believe that the Chelsea the Chelsea hierarchy, including their medical department, are still on that mission of what Maresca complained about. Please allow me to mention his name. Maresca complained about, because tell me why someone like Fofana was on the bench. It's because the medical team says he can only come on after 70th minute. So Badiashile would play. Why are they managing Fofana's minutes? Because during the Christmas period he was playing back to back games, and they don't want to put a lot of stress on his muscles, so they are trying to manage his minutes like they are doing for a couple of the Chelsea players. And it looks like Caicedo has also joined that list, because they are also managing him a bit. So it is the minutes they are managing, hence they are having the likes of Fofana come off the bench and to play these few minutes, so that it's not like he's off color, not having much fitness. He has much fitness, but it's being managed. So it's that management from the medical team that Liam is considering and putting into perspective whilst picking his team. So it's like you pick your team, or before you pick your team, they've told you that this person cannot play this number of minutes, this person cannot play this number of minutes, this person cannot play this number of minutes, and limits your selection to a certain crop of players to start with.
I miss Eva.
Oh,
Mourinho's favorite person.
Oh, don't do that. No, I just say I miss Eva. Don't describe scenes that will lead us in trouble.
Courtois' favorite medic.
What does that mean? 0539 986 996 0539 986 996 is okay. Palace is lucky. I saw somebody kicking a Chelsea player in the Chelsea penalty area. Let's get to talk about the United Arsenal game. Then I give the guys the opportunity to phone in and share their thought with us. I will be updating listeners and viewers on how
they're both touched. Okay. I didn't check it.
Oh, he should finish what he said.
What was that?
I heard that the water is Chaloba's hand, but
in the box.
Yeah, in the box.
Okay. Look, United decide to keep the same lineup that they used against Manchester City in this Arsenal game. Arsenal played against which fixture should I even use? The Champions League fixture? Let me. Is it fair I use the Champions League fixture or the Nottingham Forest game?
No, that's the Champions League is their most recent.
The most recent one.
I use the Champions League fixture. In the Champions League, Arsenal started Trossard, Jesus, and Saka up front, just like they've done. They brought in Eze, started with Eze, Zubimendi, and Merino. And in defense, they played Lewis Skelly, Mosquera, you described the incident with him the last time. Saliba and Timber in defense, and then Raya in post in the Champions League game against Inter. In today's game against United, there's a change in the back line where Nkapi comes in, where in midfield Odegaard comes in as well. Then they keep the front line as it should be. Let's start off with the United situation. Kobnam, I'm tempted to start with you.
Michael Carrick, you can't blame him so much. It's difficult to change a winning team, and
okay.
Yes, one is difficult to change a winning team, and their previous game against Manchester City, they saw how good some of the players played, and that was so brilliant from them. Should I say some? All their players played so on that day, and that was so brilliant from Manchester United. But this is a game that you're playing against Arsenal. Arsenal wants to stretch the gap on top, and also they have to win this game. This is an important one for them, so they have to do whatever that it takes to get the maximum 3 points. This is also an away game. Where Dogu is playing, find someone who say Dogu is able to go forward, and maybe you help at the back line to help Manchester United a lot. But it's going to be very difficult, because I feel like if they want to be for Arsenal, when you're playing against Arsenal, they have to open up. They don't have to go and sit back. If they sit back, they'll struggle a lot. That is when Arsenal put a lot of pressure on them, and if you don't take care, Arsenal might punish them a lot. So they have to do their best to play as Arsenal wants to play, open up a bit. So I was feeling maybe Cunha in this game would have helped, but as I said, it's difficult for him to change a winning team, so it's going to be very difficult. The combination of Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo that I saw against Manchester City, I'm just praying that's the same attitude that both players are going to do today, because against Arsenal you need to be 100%. You need to have concentration 100%. If you are not 100% and you don't have concentration, the likes of Trossard, Saka, they are very fast on the ball, and they are really going to help you. They are really going to disturb you a lot. So both players need to be very attentive today, because if they are not really attentive, they are really going to worry them. The back line of Lisandro Martinez and Harry Maguire. I've always said Lisandro Martinez is one player. If things are being done well, you can see clearly that he's a very good player, a very good one from what's the name?
One time there was a song that was sung, and he painted a clear picture. It says, "See the magic in the air." It was a World Cup theme. Yeah, Ale.
It was AFCON.
It was AFCON.
Yeah.
Pardon me. It was AFCON.
That's a song from.
Do you know the score for Genoa?
Yes, again, the magic what?
Magic System.
Magic System.
That's the name of the group.
It's 2-2 between Genoa and Bologna.
Yeah.
Bologna, has a man down. They got their goalkeeper red carded. There's a new goalkeeper. He doesn't seem to understand what's happening in the game.
Now I want you to you know the scorer for Genoa?
Yeah.
Caleb Ekuban.
Since we are mentioning ages, 31, a young 31-year-old Caleb Ekuban. Oh my word.
Oh, Charlie.
Since we are mentioning ages,
Caleb Ekuban.
I'm just excited.
Yeah.
It's a World Cup period, so if you score that kind of goals, yeah, it gets me excited.
Hey.
And Caleb Ekuban.
Look at the gentility in his pace.
Hey.
God.
Charlie, now face to gentility come inside. Oh, Charlie.
Like he's taking the stride one.
I would try. You know what I mean? I see. So
the people are looking for results now.
I mean, we can talk about the goal he scored.
Yeah.
Fantastic
goal. Fantastic. This is what El Kabi was scoring in the AFCON, and they were giving him names like overhead kick master and things. My word.
Charlie, the guy him brother of you or something. It was like today, he was here.
No. You see, what was El Kabi doing in the AFCON that he was getting accolades?
Overhead kicks.
What was Caleb Ekuban's goal?
Same
you know,
And then we must also paint the picture that it's a corner kick for Genoa again, but the ball is still in the area of Bologna. I think the red card has had a bit of toe on them, isn't it? It's 2 to 80 minutes played. Ghana's Caleb Koban, who came in to replace what's the name of the guy? Hato. You know, it's from Italy. Jeff Hato. I thought you be Ghana boy, you man something anything yeah,
because of small something
yeah. You see,
you look at that Genoa front line, including the one sitting on the bench. I think it's only one who is Caucasian in there. Everyone else is colored.
What do you mean?
Everyone else has pigmentation, sort of like a black. I don't want to say black. So everyone in there is colored, except only one. So every one of the attackers could be playing for either Nigeria or Ghana.
Oh, okay, I get you.
But there's an Ivorian in there. But you know, something has led to something, and we are where we are because of something.
Fair point.
Yeah,
fair point. Anyway, so Kuba, we're going to talk about him a little. You know, I don't. It is because of a goal that shifted our attention. If you want to talk about Kuba, and let me fetch his numbers this season. Let's see something if we can. 31 years there. I don't think I make them last. Guys, let us not talk about it.
Listen, you need results now. Is he scoring the goals? No, let us get into the stats, because we are saying it is performance based collapse that the Black Stars need.
Okay, fair. He's done 16 matches, scored 2 goals and just 1 assist. He's 31 years old. And I say Gabi, superstar, how are you? Said he want us to talk about him.
You see, when Abe saw the numbers, he was like, let's not talk about it. But he was still insisting.
Yeah, my guy won't allow 16 matches, 2 goals. You still want to talk about
what of the other players who are?
We have 17 minutes to stay with the Arsenal United game. And let our callers in. You have to go for a break, right? We have to go for a break. We'll go for a break, bring our callers in, and get back to the Arsenal United game at 4:30.
But quickly on the whole Cuban issue.
You still want to talk about?
I still want to go there. Let's look at the other players who are also being looked at from afar, who could get in such in the same position.
Caleb, is he getting in the Black Stars? In the Black Stars, confirmed. 30-man squad possibly for the World Cup.
30 man
possibly.
It will be hard.
Okay.
But he could. By
31. 16 matches, 2 goals, striker.
No, so it will depend also on his performance from now to, let's take it, April.
Yeah. If it's getting a goal,
so from now to April, from now to April, you believe he can score about 12 goals to make it 14 games?
No, 14. There is plenty. No, if he scores
10,
8,
and then I damn all.
No.
This is the Republic of Football on 97.3 City FM. Let's talk about the Arsenal United game. Kobna has been analyzing the United, deciding to stick with the same 11 that played against Manchester City. Let's get into Arsenal. So Gabriel and Nkape in for Mosquera and Lewis Skelly in defense. Then there's Odegaard who starts. Merino drops out in midfield. Rice comes in. Eze makes way in midfield as well. So what's Arteta seeming to do? He's gotten squad depth now, and they seem to be doing the right things, choosing right players for certain kind of games. What are we looking at in this game that's making us see such changes for us now setup?
Well, Arsenal is looking to, as much as possible, just keep the gap at the top, and this lineup shows the intention that they have. You are looking at a lineup where Arsenal is parading a back four of possibly all centre backs. Because Timber can also play as a centre back. Let's have that in mind. Yes. Saliba, centre back. Gabriel,
Palace has a goal. 3-1.
What do you say?
Palace has a goal.
Palace has a goal, so it's 3-1.
Robert Sanchez is so annoyed. He wanted to keep a clean sheet.
Oh, okay. So Chelsea stopped doing what they normally do. Chelsea actually stopped doing what they normally do. Chelsea always put a player around Sanchez to push the opponent's player away. But in this case, he was overpowered. Enzo was overpowered by the Palace player.
Goal is this like anyway.
Once it crosses the goal line, that's where it's the count. So very, very.
But what was Enzo doing there on the goal?
So he was pushed. He was in a pushing match with number 12 shirted Palace man, and he ended up on the turf. If we were to be Africa, it would have been a disallowed goal.
Oh, why would you say that?
No, but we saw it in the AFCON. I don't know why you are saying why would I say that. We saw it in the AFCON between Abdullah Sek and then Ashraf Hakimi.
Okay.
Yeah. So if
but that shove was not on the goal line, was it?
No. It was not on the goal line.
But even the penalty area.
That one, it was not on the goal line, but it was not taken. But this one that was on the goal line, it will not be taken. Like if we were to be Africa, Uche and Enzo, that whole situation with Enzo ending up on the deck. Oh, and get referee in Gala. I don't think this will start.
I knew where you're going.
But getting back to the Arsenal situation, Arsenal are starting this game with a back four of centre backs. That just goes.
Timber, Saliba, Magalhaes, Piero, Hincapié.
That's very, very good from the team and their boss stating the intention they plan to do in this game. After parading that back line, they are looking to possibly play Rice and Odegaard as 8s. So it's going to be possibly a double 8 system, leaving Zubimendi alone in the lone 6 position.
Okay.
That then would see Saka try as much as possible to hug the touchline and then come in. But this lottery system where the man Arteta sits down and then flips a coin to find out whether to start Martinelli or to start Trossard.
You are saying it's a lottery system.
It's a lottery system. Seriously.
But he's got. The last time we argued that Arsenal needs a strong bench. No, go in and
no. You see, you need a strong bench. Here lies the case where you are through in the Champions League to the final 8. You need the point now in the league to build an unassailable gap. You are still doing coin flipping to find out who plays out on your left wing.
You've gotten depth.
You've gotten depth, but the thing also is with the players. If Trossard starts, he normally does not score. If Martinelli starts, he also normally does not score. They all like to be impact players from the bench. That is why it's putting the coach in a difficult situation to try and understand the psyche of the players and know who to play in that position. Saka has been a little bit off color, but people are pardoning him because of what he has done in the past.
Yeah.
He has been able to buy credit for himself, which he's currently using.
Yeah.
He has been very off color for a player of Saka's magnitude. But this is a game where he steps in and he can actually make some things count here. Saka against Luke Shaw is one that would watch in this game. A Saka against Luke Shaw is one that I would love to watch.
A few pace wins on the day. He pairs Saka and Luke Shaw.
Well,
do you feel that's the reason why the coaches planted Dogu in front of Shaw to help in the defensive duties?
Well,
because then there's Odegaard also in the picture, right? Behind Saka. So
So tactically, if you do that and you are massing people around Saka, have it in mind that Julian Timber is actually a good passer of the ball from long range. So you are giving Timber a lot of room to do what he wants to do, and he can actually also carry the ball forward.
Okay.
Let's face it, Dogu is not so good when it comes to defending.
True.
Dogu is not good also when it comes to his crosses.
True.
Dogu, like I keep saying, is very athletic. He knows how to run. That's all.
Genoa.
Can you believe what has just happened? The moment you begin to get into the Arsenal discussions deeper, and it is a team we criticized from the onset of the show. We churn a lot of criticisms on the coach to say that he is not cut for the job. But I even said I think he's going to get the sack. Genoa are leading Bologna, a 10-man Bologna, by 3-0.
3 goals to 2.
I beg your pardon. 3-2. It was Bologna who took the lead, scoring 2 earlier, and Genoa didn't know what they were doing, right, in their own home ground. But they seem to have found the niche, and it's 3-2 now. So the ball falls for a player on the left-hand side of Genoa's goal area, and the new goalkeeper that replaced the red-carded goalkeeper seem to not find the game interesting. So he's just watching the thing, like he came to watch the game on the pitch. Pardon me, he stretched his arm, but he was unable to reach.
That's where the first goal went through. That's where the first goal went through. That same angle.
Your man is celebrating on the pitch, isn't he?
Yeah.
but you and I remember.
Yeah, for a second, I think he still thinks he's a player.
No, you and I remember a player who turned coach also do same.
In Ghana?
You were, and I remember.
In Ghana? At the Accra Sports Stadium? Okay.
Black halftime.
Hey! You
didn't mention any name.
I see. Interesting.
No incident.
That's fair. I mean, you guys know what you're talking about. I'm not with you.
Yeah, I'm not here.
Okay, fair point. It's still in Genoa's favor in the Italian Serie A. Look, you are doing some fantastic analysis with the Arsenal situation.
So like I was saying, if you allow Dogu to go help Shaw anytime Saka has the ball, that can easily get back to a situation where Saka passes that ball back to a Timber, and then now Timber has a wide room to play with.
Yeah, because I have a feel when that happens, Saka is going to be actually one-on-one with Shaw.
Yeah.
And Dogu would have to run with Odegaard, which allows Timber that space to run in from behind.
No, but I feel I feel Dogu would rather
recall Odegaard is playing right behind Saka.
Yes,
that 3 midfield.
But Kobe Menu now has that responsibility of tucking in on that side and helping put out these 3 players out of the game. So these 3 players need to go man to man like they did most part of the game against City. They went man to man with regards to the tackling and closing down of the players. But one thing I would not like Manchester United to do in this game, which would put Arsenal at an advantage, is keep that high line they were keeping against City, because the likes of Gabriel Jesus are beginning to get form.
Okay.
And in that situation, you might think that Gabriel Jesus would only want a goal. No. What if it gets to Trossard? Trossard will be looking to shoot. When he shoots, he gets a corner. And you and I know that when Arsenal gets a corner, Manchester United, I don't think have the facilities to prevent Arsenal from scoring from.
Do you think Arsenal, this game gives Arsenal another opportunity to expose United, Kobna?
Yes.
Because Arsenal has gotten multiple of talent in individuals on the pitch of play, and you look at the squad, and you go like, oh, okay, maybe Saka is tired. Then they bring Eze, who has equal strength, abilities, pace, if you want. Maybe Saka just a little refined than Eze.
That's true. For this game, you could see clearly that they're going to expose United, but United need to be very compact. As I said, for the next 90 minutes, they have to be really compact because this Arsenal team has a lot of squad depth that they can bring in any player to just change the game. So if you check Manchester United's bench, at least now their players are now coming in, the likes of Mason Mount, Cunha, Šeško. Yes, so at least someone can come in to also change the game. But if you compare those performances to that of Arsenal's own, the likes of Eberichieze and other players that are on bench, at least theirs is a bit better than what United have on bench. So it's going to be a very, very difficult for Manchester United. So that's why I said Manchester United need to be attentive for the next 90 minutes. They have to be very attentive and prevent Arsenal from getting a lot of set pieces. Set pieces closer to their box. It's going to be very dangerous because when they give Arsenal the chance to get the corner kicks, the what's the name, other free kicks and other things, they are going to really disturb Manchester United a lot. So Manchester United just need to prevent that from happening. If they prevent that from happening and they play very compact game, play very well against Manchester United, why not? They can score a goal or win the game, but it's going to be very difficult because of how good Arsenal are going to play, how good Arteta wants to do his things, because of how pacey the likes of Saka is. Trossard is also very pacey, so it's going to be very, very difficult for Manchester United. They have to be just calm on things, and I'm sure if they do that, they are going to match Arsenal boot for boot, and we are going to see a very good one.
This is 97.3 City FM. It's a Republic of Football. Hi and welcome on radio and on TV, on Channel 1 TV, and also on our YouTube platform at City Sports GHA. I mean, we thank you all for joining, the guys who are doing the listening and watching on YouTube. We acknowledge you here on the show. We know there are guys who are outside the country who is also following. We acknowledge you as well. Let's get into the messages on our WhatsApp console on 0539986996. Let's get into some messages. We'll do two of them. We'll go for a break, come back, open the phone lines, try and get your thoughts on the United Arsenal game. The Chelsea game as well is finished. Chelsea won by 3-1, and the coach seemed to be finding his rhythm, hasn't he? There's a question I want to know. Mr. Last says Man U must watch out for a 3-1 scoreline for the Gunners. The Gunners aren't joking at all. Las Nicole from Asasawa. Ijaba and Sakina in Accra says, today Arsenal will put to sleep all the nagging questions of the ability to win all the competition they are participating in this year. The aim of Manchester United coming to the Emirates has been intercepted in the spiritual realm and will be punished mercilessly by 3-1. He adds. Interesting. So that's it from that space in terms of messages. The Chelsea game has ended. I mean, in just a minute. It's Sadi, what's your general impression? You think it's a good scoreline? It sets the coach on the right tone to say, even though Chelsea sacked Enzo Maresca and some of the fans were not really excited about it, you've been hammering, sending that song home, the Enzo Maresca situation. What this does for Chelsea is it leaves the club fourth on the